David Mirkovic has committed to Illinois. We are days late on this. We were at the Final Four, so apologies for that, but wanted to make our way back to this. Mirkovic is a 6'9" Montenegrin big man. I don't even know how countries work. Not my strong suit. I believe that's Serbia and Montenegro. Is that what
I
that
believe so.
is?
I believe so. Correct.
Okay. Is it right to call him Serbian or is he Montenegrin?
Uh, let's say European.
He's European. Okay. He's from the same team somewhere as the Ivisic brothers.
So can I do my little geography hat on right here?
Please.
So I think it's from a region that's referred to as the Balkan region. So if you say
Oh,
he's a Balkan player, then that'll work.
okay. All right. Well, anyways, a reuniting of sorts for Mirkovic and the Ivisic brothers. So he is 19 years old. He's playing in the Adriatic League right now, and he averages 9 points, 7 rebounds in 23 minutes a game. He is competing at the Nike Hoop Summit, which is a big deal where a lot of the best players in the world come together to play at the Nike Hoop Summit. That roster is loaded. I believe Sarr, the other Illinois target, is also on the roster. So, look, Brad Underwood embracing full-blown international basketball at this point. But Mirkovic's tape is real fun. I will say that. I've deep dived this as much as I can. I was watching some on the plane back. I'm curious to get your thoughts on this, where he fits in with Illinois and what you expect from him and his game.
So it's interesting because the first thing that came to mind was where's Brad going to use him, right? Because I look at it and I mean, personally, I see a four man, but is there a world where Brad wants to go big and plays Mirkovic at the three, which brings up some other questions because look, I like Mirkovic's tape. I think that he has like the classic, just he's uber skilled. Like the skill is there. I think he can rebound. He has a variety of moves. The touch is really good as well. Not necessarily like this great plus athlete who's gonna like blow past you or like jump out the gym or anything like that. Honestly, I would constitute him as pretty below the rim can get. But the skill set and the footwork are definitely there for him. I will say that it's impressive. I just have I'm having an interesting time kind of determining what his spot is going to be. Also, is he 6'9", 6'8"?
It's listed at 6'9".
Okay, be very intrigued to see if he's actually 6'9" too.
You think he's shorter than 6'9"?
He looks like he's like six. I mean, I guess we're having an inch off here, but like he looks more like 6'7", 6'8" than 6'9".
Yeah. Okay. So I learned my lesson last year with Kasparis, where like I didn't love what I saw on the first couple bits of Kasparis tape, and then I was just like out on it, and then he ended up being incredible from the jump, and we saw a way better tape. So, look, from as much I probably watched like 30 minutes of every clip I could find of Mirkovic. I did not watch full game footage yet, so take everything I say with a grain of salt on what to expect with him. Um, but I've learned my lesson. I'm never gonna just be like completely out on a kid from Europe based on tape ever again, likely. I think he's clearly very skilled. I think you see some great shooting upside here. He had some pretty ridiculous numbers on like a U19 team. He averaged like 23, 15, and 6, which is wild. I don't know what events that was in or what team U19 he was playing for, but like I don't care who you're playing with or where. 23, 15, and 6 means like your team is using you to do everything for your team. Mirkovic does feel like he could be an offensive engine of sorts if someone wants him to be. The question for me is what will Illinois want from him? Because the one thing that does come through on his tape that I feel somewhat flat on, he's pretty slow footed to me. Like the offensive moves I see are very like slow developing. And
It's very old man game.
yeah, and post based and just like, he's got every bag of tricks possible, right? He's got fadeaways, one legged European stuff that's fun. But if you're playing through these two giants already that are supposedly really skilled, like are you trying to play through Mirkovic in the post while Big T and Big Z stand on the perimeter being 7-footers? You could honestly convince me that might work, and Mirkovic can booty ball his way through this, but it's just kind of interesting all in totality of like your front court is the Iviciches and Mirkovic. Is that what you want? Is this the Rickhouse replacement? Is he playing 30 minutes at the four? And if so, what does that mean for the defense? What does that mean for the team's athleticism? Where do you go from here?
Given what you see athleticism wise in the tape that I've seen, not a defender, not a defender. Now I maybe I see something like that. Also, I didn't see as much of the like I saw the. Were you able to get his shooting splits? Because the ones I saw, he was like 27% from three.
Oh, I have not seen that.
Let
I've
me
seen
make sure.
very disputed numbers on his shooting ability. I've seen in the 40s, I've seen in the 30s. I did not see something in the 20s.
Let me see here. This is on Eurobasket's website. Now it's small sample size. It was like a 3 game U19 sample size, but he was. Let me see here.
We interrupt this sleepers video to talk directly to you, our loyal listener. Have you ever found yourself watching us two idiots thinking, hey, I wish there was a very easy, small way for me to show a token of my appreciation for all of their hard work on all these videos I love to watch? Well, now we have just the way to do that.
Thanks to the beautiful folks over at Underdog Fantasy. They are helping us out this month, presenting a lot of the content coming out this month, giving you a chance with a amazing offer that you can use using our promo code that Gregory will tell you more about.
Yeah, so college hoop season's over, but we got like big time golf tournaments. The NBA playoffs are coming. Baseball season's underway. There's still a bunch of sports on. There's still a bunch of ways to play with Underdog Fantasy. Promo code SLEEPERS. As a new customer, you can get up to 1,000 bonus credits plus a free pick. It's one of the most fun ways to play. It's a great way to support us. And on some actual like non-ad read stuff, talking genuinely here, really helps us because if Underdog loves us, if we get a lot of people to sign up, they're going to help us continue to bring you the content that you love. Show your support. Join Underdog Fantasy. Use promo code SLEEPERS. Get up to $1,000 in bonus credits and a free pick.
Oh, actually, no, it's a larger sample size, but it was like 29%.
Yeah. Okay.
But he also had like games where I mean he's got some other numbers on here that maybe make you think that that was maybe a bad shooting thing. Also, like he's good from the free throw line too, so
Okay.
you can add that up.
Arman Jovic, shout out to PDT Scouting, said in U19. That's where the crazy averages came in, the like 20, 26, 15 stuff. That was in the ABA's U19 league. And in that league, he shot 42% from three on 6.5 attempts a game.
So, okay, that's pretty good.
So I buy the shooting for sure. I basically
So,
offensively, I love this Tate. He looks like a bucket. He looks fun and creative. I just
mhm,
wonder, like, it seems very post based, and I don't know where that fits in trying to play with the Ivicic brothers.
right, I
But
got
if the
you.
Ivicic brothers like standing outside anyway, it could work. I think it's a great rebounding front line if that's what you're trying to do. I think Mirkovic and those two are going to be great rebounding as a trio. Um, they're still trying to get Sar. How does that fit into you here?
I mean, I mean that makes what Kylan your best shooter, or Big T or Big Z. Those that's who's spacing the floor if you're playing them together. Um, Also, so the ABA, which I believe is like the high league, the team that he played 20, he played 24 games for them. He shot 27% from three. This is in 24 games, 23 minutes a game. 47% from two and 68 from the line. But I think that's at like the ABA, I believe, is like the higher level league. At the U19 level, he showed better shooting split. So I don't know. I think he's an interesting player. It's just what does his fit look like, especially if you're going to add who else you're adding? Because if you're trying to sell me on like Kylan, Dame, uh, David, and both of this is playing all together, I ah.
Yeah, I think it's one of those where like if he's gonna be a bench guy, adore this. If he's like starting at the three, God forbid, or the four, next to an Ivisic, I'm a little less into it, but I still think it can work. I'm holding out hope that it can work. When you try to mix Sarr in with this, because in my head, I thought they wanted Sarr to come in and play the four. I would hope they don't bring Sarr in and then try and start Sarr and Mirkovic and Ivisic.
Hmm.
That feels clunky to me because
Yeah,
I
so
just
but it could be bench ads like you said.
could be bench ads. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. There's a lot of unknowns that still remain with this Illinois team. But at minimum, Brad Underwood continues to assert his dominance on the international recruiting trail.
That's all over the waters.
The question I actually really want to ask you, which I don't even know, Illinois fans might get mad at me for asking this question, but I'm kind of genuinely curious about this. If you're an Illinois fan, are you enjoying this turn towards all internationals? That's like
I
a
don't know.
weird question to ask, but like this is not anything we have ever seen before in college basketball. Is this fun to basically go away from the country for an entire front court?
I think there's something inside of it, like whether they want to admit it or not, that it's like, okay, like I get it. Like I want to get like a couple European guys here or there, but like we're not St. Mary's. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're not like a WCC school or something like that. Why are we going that full route now? Obviously there's been some play like you get Kasparis and it works out and he was great, right? But um yeah, I do think there's got to be a little bit of it too. That they're like, okay, what like where's the where's the high school guys or something like that? Where's the high level guys coming from that, or maybe even high level guys coming from the transfer portal as well? Like, are we not in on those guys anymore? Are we just internationally based, kind of? I don't know.
I think they're trying to do it all still too, but I guess just the point to me is like as someone who's watched this happen at a lot of schools, not just Illinois, and the turn towards this, obviously, I think the international players coming to college is great for the sport. More talent in the sport is awesome. But I think like the sweet spot to me for a team is like having one of those guys. And Illinois seems to be like, I want my entire team to be these guys. I want Sar, I want Mirkovic, I want the Ivisiches, and we're going to keep sending assistants overseas until we get more of these guys. They might as well get the entire Nike Hoop Summit in orange and blue next year. And that's not bad. Nobody's saying it's bad. These are talented players. But let's also like call it what it is, Cart. These are professional basketball players. Like
Yeah,
Mirkovic isn't coming to Champaign to take Econ 101, like to be at the student union. And I don't mean to be like an old head shitting on this, but like doing this with one to two guys or doing this with two siblings that are really tantalizingly fun is one thing. This is like the whole vision Brad Underwood has for his program right now. It's just be like a stopgap, I guess, for already professional basketball players. And that feels, based on how last year went, that feels weird to me. Because I think even as good as Kasparis was, as good as Will Riley became, I don't think Illinois fans are looking at those guys like, man, it was awesome. Like,
yeah. Where's Homerick House?
what do you mean?
Is he on the team still?
I haven't heard. At the last we heard, the final day of the regular season, Brad was saying they'd be so lucky to get him back.
My dog's just getting left out of all retention talks.
Maybe he needs to get a passport, change the name or something.
That's actually hilarious. He would be a high priority target if he was.
Benito Humrikovic.
That's special.
Sounds crazy. What's this guy's season end production look like? Give me a bold prediction. Is he off the bench? What are his numbers?
I think his best role is off the bench. I don't know. Uh, I don't see how athletically he's going to be able to stay on the floor for long periods of time. But I do think the skill set is there. So I don't know. I think he's a good solid bench piece. I think that's like that'd be his bet. That'd be the most ideal thing for me. Like he's closer to he's closer to like a Day Mara than he is to, you know. a Casparis level impact.
A day had some reasons he couldn't play more though. Like a day just can't stay on the floor stamina wise. I don't think that's going to be an issue with this kid. But um, all right, I think he's going to start at the four, even if that's not what I hope the vision is. I think that's Brad Underwood's vision. So we'll see. We'll see if it works. If he starts at the four, I think I'd expect like 10 and 5 a game.
Mm,
I think he'd be a good player.
mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
it can work. Good at Illinois.